Scene 1, 1974, early evening, a living room in an apartment in Philadelphia. A woman in her early 20s is watching television. Her name is Cindy Denopoulos. A man enters. He is also in his early 20s. He is dressed in overalls and work shoes. His name is Steve Denopoulos, and he is Cindy's husband.
Hey babe, how was work?
Crappy, as usual. Damn boss keeps loading us up with more work.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Steve sits down on a chair, takes off his shoes, and stretches his legs.
Anyway, it's good to be home.
Well, it's good to have you here.
So what's for dinner?
I thought I'd make some lasagna.
Lasagna! It's the 4th time this week we're having lasagna.
We don't have
If I have any more lasagna, I'm going to start speaking Italian.
No money to afford anything else, I'm sorry.
What do you want from me? I'm doing my best.
I know you are, but it's just so frustrating. You know that I want to get a job, but I just can't find any work. In Greece, I worked in a factory, but here there are no factory jobs, and I just don't know what to do.
Factory jobs? It's crap work. Is that all we're good for? I didn't come to the United States to work for some crummy loading dock making peanuts. In Athens, everybody told me that I could make a ton of money moving to America, and look what happened. Nothing. Can't stand my job. We're poor, and I can't stand working for a boss.
We've talked about this 1,000 times already, and it's always the same complaint. Not enough money, can't stand the job. You're lucky you have a job.
Yeah, some luck.
Well, maybe you can get a promotion.
Oh, a promotion. To what? Head shipping clerk making $3 an hour and still living in a dump in Philadelphia? That's some future.
Well, don't get discouraged.
How can I not get discouraged? There's nothing for me here, and I can't go back home because there's nothing for me there either.
Well, maybe you can go to school or learn a trade.
To school. Pay someone money to teach me nothing? How's that going to put money in the bank, huh?
Look, I'll keep looking for a job, but in the meantime, can you just please try to relax?
I don't want you to work. I want to take care of you the way I promised to do when we got married.
Don't worry about keeping that promise.
But I meant it. And the idea of you having to go to work upsets me.
But what choice do we have?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Cindy's leaving to go to the kitchen when the sound of knocking comes from off stage.
I wonder who that is.
Probably someone trying to tell us something. Go see who it is, huh?
Cindy opens the door and a middle-aged man enters. His name is Gus or Stevie's. Gus is Steve's uncle.
Hello, Cindy. You're looking lovely.
Thank you.
Uncle Gus, it's good seeing you.
Steve gets up, hugs Gus, and escorts him to a chair. Gus sits.
Can I get you anything?
No thanks. Nothing for me.
Come on, let's have a beer.
Okay, beer.
All right, bring me one too.
Cindy exits.
She's a good girl. Your wife.
Yeah, she sure is.
You're a lucky guy. Me? I live alone.
And you're a lucky guy too.
Cindy returns with 2 bottles of beer and gives one to Steve and the other to Gus.
Won't you have a beer too?
I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, I forgot.
Cheers.
Steve and Gus clink bottles and each takes a drink.
So what do we owe the honor of this visit?
Well, please accept my apology for coming here unannounced, but I just want to see how you're doing.
It's nice of you. Yeah. Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
Well, that's not what I heard.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I heard that you're not too happy at the job.
I don't know what anyone's been telling you, but they're wrong. I love my job.
Come on. You're talking to your uncle here, not some clown on the street.
Really, everything's all right.
Why don't you tell him what's been bothering you? He's been complaining about everything.
Is that true?
No, not really. I just want to make more money.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, if I can do it. The problem is that I'm working hard, playing by the rules, keeping my nose clean, but don't have a plug nickel in the bank to show for it. And I'll tell you something else. If that damn boss of mine keeps dumping more work on me, I'm going to give him a rap in the mouth.
And lose your job.
So what? That job is crap and I can't stand working there anymore.
So then, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe, you can go to school?
You sound like her. She said the same thing. Can you imagine me sitting in a classroom? Huh? Get real.
All right, well, what about, becoming a boxer?
Oh no, please don't start with that up again.
Hey, let me hear what he has to say. Go on.
Well, I mean, look, as a former boxer myself, I can tell you that you have the tools to be a great, damn good fighter. Provided you commit yourself to it.
The idea of Steve getting beaten up for a living is disgusting, and I won't have it.
Well, you won't have it. Well, what about me? How much money could I make?
Well, if you're good, you can make a bundle.
That's right, enough to pay for a decent burial.
Just stop it! Why are you discouraging me? I'm a man and I want to make something of myself. Don't you understand that? Huh? I want my day in the sun. I want to live the American dream, not just dream it. Not just to satisfy you, but just for us, baby.
I know you do, but I don't want you to get hurt. Is that...
But if I keep living like this, I will die! So, if I want to become a boxer, what do I have to do?
Well, first, we got to get you signed up with a boxing gym. Then, we get you some equipment. And then, I put together a training schedule, which you would have to follow rigorously with me as your manager and trainer.
I don't like this.
When do I start making money?
Well, when you train enough and you're ready, then I'll start finding matches for you. Remember, there's a lot of competition out there, so finding matches can be tough at first, especially if you're an unknown. But if you're flexible, matches can be had. Of course, at first the purses will be small, just a couple of $100. But if you keep winning and attract attention, then you can make some real money.
Like how much?
Well, that depends on how and who you're fighting and your place on the card. But it could be 4, it could be 5 figures. But you got to be able and willing to fight and to win.
I'm able to fight and I'm willing to win. I am.
That's what I want to hear. I'll help you get started, and it's going to be up to you to make this work. You got to put everything you have into this body and soul. Are you willing to do that?
Absolutely.
That's great. That's what I want to hear. We'll get started first thing tomorrow. And with dedication and perseverance, you'll be a champ.
Sounds good to me.
Steve and Gus shake hands, and Cindy shakes her head, frowning. End of scene 1. Scene 2. The next day, 7 p.m. The interior of Bailey's Boxing Emporium. Boxers are training, and some are shadow boxing, others are sparring, others are lifting weights and working the punching bag. Steve and Gus are in the ring, both are wearing trunks, headgear, and gloves.
All right, now I'm going to teach you how to box.
Okay.
All right, now try to hit me.
Steve throws a right that Gus easily dodges.
Lesson 1. Always remember that your opponent can move. Now try to hit me again.
Steve again throws a right, which Gus again easily dodges, but this time he throws his own right, which hits Steve squarely on the chest, causing Steve to stagger backwards.
Lesson 2.
Wow.
You always remember that your opponent wants to hit you, and therefore always keep your guard up. Now try to hit me again.
Steve throws a weak right that hits Gus on the jaw, and Gus doesn't budge.
Well, you okay?
You gotta hit harder. Lesson 3, try to win a fight by a knockout. The longer the fight lasts, the greater the chance of you losing. Therefore, you have to develop a punch.
How do I do that?
By working out, building your upper strength, and strengthening your muscles until they are as hard as steel. But since some fights do go the distance, you also have to keep up your stamina until you're able to run at least 5 miles non-stop. You think you can do that?
Yeah, sure I can. I'm in great shape.
Good. Now let's see what you have learned so far. Now we're going to spar. Put up your hands.
Steve and Gus begin sparring, and Steve repeatedly throws punches at Gus, missing each time.
Come on, Steve, hit me.
Steve charges at Gus, who pushes him away and gives him a light kick on the butt, causing Steve to lose his balance and fall. Gus helps him up.
Well, you can do better than that.
Why'd you kick me?
The teacher would always be on guard, which brings us to lesson 4.
Suddenly, Steve slugs Gus square on the jaw, knocking Gus to the mat.
Lesson 4, don't ever embarrass me again.
You packed some wall up there. How come you didn't hit me like that before?
Didn't want to hurt you.
Gus gets up, still rubbing his jaw.
Anyway, here's lesson 5. Learn to take a punch and give it back without mercy. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Now, enough of this talking, let's start boxing.
Steve and Gus start throwing punches as the lights go out. End of scene 2. Scene 3. 1 year later. The locker room at Spectacular Marina in Philadelphia. Steve and Gus are in the locker room. Gus is removing the tape from Steve's hands.
You did it! You won! You're terrific! A knockout in 58 seconds! Wow!
My right hand's a little sore.
So how's it feel to be the lightweight gloves champion?
Feels pretty good. Feels better than not being the champion.
Sure is.
A reporter enters. Her name is Dudley Douglas.
Hello, my name is Dudley Douglas, and I'm a reporter with the Philadelphia Bugle. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
You were terrific tonight. Where'd you learn to punch like that?
It's all training and practice.
And how many fights have you had so far?
I don't keep count. Maybe, what, 30, 40?
Have you thought about turning pro?
Yeah, I thought about it.
So when will that happen?
You gotta talk to my manager here about that.
So can you tell me when Steve will be turning pro?
Well, I can tell you soon, but there's no exact date.
And how do you feel about being a Golden Gloves lightweight champion?
It's a great honor, but to tell you the truth, it's not enough. I want more. So, you know what? Here's a new story for you. As of right now, I'm turning pro, period. No need for waiting, and you're the first to know.
Thanks for the scoop, Steve. That's an exclusive. And I want to tell you something else. You just made a friend.
Hey, same here, pal. Nothing wrong with making a new friend.
Absolutely none, especially when the cat's already out to bed.
Your announcement will be in tomorrow's paper, okay?
I'll be looking for it. Make sure it's in big print.
Steve and Douglas laugh and shake hands. End of scene 3. Scene 4. 4 years later. The editorial room of the City Bugle. In the center of the stage is an office desk. 2 women are seated, one on either side of the desk. And the woman seated on the left is Douglas. The woman seated on the right is the sports editor, Victoria Murphy, also known as Vic.
I want to do a feature story on Steve Giannopoulos.
We've been following this guy for years, so why do a feature on him now?
Because this guy is for real, and he's been tested. He now has a chance to contend for titles, so let's play him up.
We tried that 4 years ago after you discovered him.
Yeah, but you kept my discovery buried in the middle of the paper.
With good reason.
What are you talking about? Since turning pro, he's won 27 fights, 24 by knockout, including 7 in the first round. I mean, what more do you want?
But weren't most of his fights with ringers?
No way. He's fought some of the best. Ernie Smith, Derek Palmer, Luis Marquez. Pound for pound, he is the best fighter today.
And you're willing to put that in print?
Yes, I am. I have personally seen him fight 14 times, and he's won decisively every time. But whenever I write a story, you bury it in the racing section.
Right now, he's still no story. No matter how good he is, he's still a lightweight, and people want to read about a heavyweight,
You're not
lightweights.
Vic, you're not looking at this the right way. Okay? He's a symbol of the average, ordinary street guy who's just trying to survive. He comes to the United States as a teenager looking to make a better life for himself. He soon finds himself in a dead-end job. He's feeling trapped and cheated. Now the guy has a chance for stardom. Who can't relate to that? It's the American dream.
So, is he in line for a shot at the title?
Not quite. Del Covington is interested in putting on the card as the feature event. The stadium matching him with Homer McCoy, the Olympic gold medal winner in a non-title event. Whoever wins gets a shot at the title.
So how do you think he'll do?
Well, McCoy is tough, but Giannopoulos will handle him.
Yeah, but will he win? I don't want to start doing a spread on the wrong guy. Why not do a feature on McCoy?
Because McCoy came up through the ranks and his story has been published in at least 7 articles, while Giannopoulos is your classic outsider, a lone wolf. He wants a shot at the title, and there's no way that he will be denied.
Well, okay. We'll go with Giannopoulos' story, but remember, if this guy loses, I won't forget who put that idea in my head.
End of scene 4. Scene 5. The following day. Bailey's Boxing Emporium in downtown Philadelphia. Steve is in the ring sparring, and Gus is standing outside the ring watching them spar. The sparring fighters pummeling Steve with punches.
Come on, keep your left up. Watch his right. Duck and punch. Duck and punch. That's it. Keep going.
A man enters the scene. He is large, well-dressed, about 40 years of age. His name is Louis Bromeyer.
The boy's looking good up there.
Thanks, Bob. And who might you be?
Well, my name is Louis Bromeyer, and I'd like to speak with Steve Giannopoulos, if I may.
Okay, fellas, take a break.
Steve and his spar stop fighting. The spar takes a seat in the far corner. Steve exits the ring. Gus gives Steve a towel, which he uses to wipe his face.
This gentleman here wishes to speak with you.
Do I know you?
Oh, we've never met, so let me introduce myself. I'm Louis Bromeyer. I deal in real estate and live on DeKalb Terrace near Fairmount Park.
Hey, that's just a few blocks from where I live. How come I never seen you around?
Oh, because I just moved here from Utah.
Okay. So what do you want?
Well, I've been reading about you in the papers, and from what I've been reading, you look like an up-and-coming guy. And I like that, because you remind me of me. I want to become a champ too, but in real estate. I'm in the process of buying up run-down buildings and converting them into income-producing properties, and I thought you might like to be in a piece of the action.
Sure you want to listen to this guy?
Oh, I can assure you that I am completely legitimate. I have nothing to hide.
So, what do you want from me?
I want you to become a shareholder in my company.
What's a shareholder?
Someone who owns part of a company. You invest money, and you get a return on your investment.
That sounds good to me. Tell me some more.
Well, it's like this. You pay me money, I make you a partner, and then you make lots of money. It's as simple as that. Just leave it to me.
You hear that, Gus? All I gotta do is give him some money, and before I know it, I'm making money. That's what I like to hear. So, what I want to know is, how much money can I make?
Well, right now, I can't say for certain, because I don't know how much my properties will earn, but I'm sure that once the renovations are completed, it could be quite a lot.
Excuse me for butting in, but how much would Steve need to invest?
Thank you for bringing that up. I would be asking you to invest $35,000. And in return, you would have a 1/3 interest in my company.
$35,000. No problem. I've already got over $30,000 in the bank, and with my percentage from the gate from next fight with McCoy, I'll be able to afford it easily. Sure beats being a shipping clerk, huh?
Oh, by the way, I want to compliment you on your success thus far. Your boxing career has been very impressive.
Thanks a lot.
I read that you're originally from Greece?
Yeah, that's right. Right outside of Athens. I came here when I was 16 years old. My uncle here, he got me started in boxing, and since then, life's been great.
You took control of your life. I like that. That's the American dream. I congratulate you. And if you ever become champ...
Oh, ever?
Excuse me. When you become champ, I want to be there to help guide it along.
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Oh, sure. Excuse me. What?
Are you sure you want to invest your entire savings with this guy? I mean, he seems kind of fishy to me.
What are you talking about?
I mean, look, the guy waltzes in here, and we have no idea who he is. And he makes all kinds of promises about making a lot of money, and then wants you to put in $35,000. That's a lot of money.
Hey, he seems like he's on the up and up to me. And besides, from what I've heard, there's lots of money to be made in this real estate, and I want a cut of that action.
Well, what's Cindy gonna say?
Nothing. It's my money, all right? I've earned it, and after I become champ, it won't matter anyway.
You mean if you become champ? Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
What's the matter, huh? You think it won't happen? You think I won't win?
No, I didn't say that.
All right, enough of this talk. I like the guy, and I'll talk to my wife, but no matter what she says, or anybody else says, nobody will stop me from getting what's mine. Nobody. I will never go back to being a shipping clerk, making $2.50 an hour with people bossing me around, and you can take that to the bank.
Look, I'm just saying you gotta be careful.
Yes, but if I were always careful, I'd never do anything, right? And then where would I be?
I'm just trying to look out for you.
I know. Look, I like your offer very much, and I will definitely give it some consideration. But right now, I need to concentrate on training for the next fight.
Oh, right, the one with McCoy.
That's right. If I win this fight, I'll be next in line for a shot at the title.
Well, I certainly wish you all the luck in the world.
Thanks a lot, mister.
Oh, call me Lou.
Okay. Lou?
Lewis and Steve shake hands, and Gus is looking at them, slowly moving his head from side to side, indicating his disapproval. End of scene 5. Scene 6, 1 month later. Philadelphia Stadium. Center stage is a boxing ring. A large crowd is watching a fight in the ring, and the crowd is really into the fight, making a lot of noise. Steve is one of the fighters. In the crowd are Cindy, Lewis, and Lewis's wife, Melissa. They're sitting right behind Steve's corner.
Oh my God, he's taking a beating. I can't stand to watch it.
That's it, Stevie. Give him the old one, too.
Your boy isn't looking too good. McCoy is putting him through the ringer.
He's not a boy, he's a man.
I didn't mean anything by that.
Hey, ladies, come on. Watch the fight.
That's right, watch the fight and keep your remarks to yourself.
Oh my, aren't we Miss High and Mighty? Who does she think she is anyway? All evening she's been acting like a prima.
Who cares? Let's root for Steve to win.
Look at his face, he's bleeding. Well, that comes with being a boxer. So what's your gripe?
How would you like it if it was your husband up there?
Lewis is too smart for that.
Ladies, please. Enough of this garbage. Just watch the fight.
The bell rings, sounding the end of the round. Steve returns to the corner, and he's bleeding from his nose and mouth, and his face is swollen. He looks over to Cindy and the others and waves at them.
You're doing great, pal. Keep on punching.
Please be careful!
Doing great, my foot. He's taking a first-class shellacking. Look at him.
You need to shut up.
Well, this is no time to argue. We got to root for Steve to win.
I hope they stop the fight. I can't stand to watch this.
Oh, what are you complaining about? He's finally earning some real money.
No!
Come on, Stevie, you can win.
The bell rings, and Steve gets up and immediately takes a punch in the face. The crowd is yelling wildly as the scene ends. End scene 6. Scene 7. 9 years later. It's 6 p.m. The living room in Steve's apartment. The apartment is crammed with clutter that is piled up to the ceiling. Cindy is putting food on the table, and Steve enters. He has an unkempt appearance.
Where have you been today?
At the gym. Where else?
You and your gym. A lot of good it does you.
It does me a lot of good.
For you, maybe, but not for us.
You're always complaining.
I have the right to complain. We're still stuck in this dump, and you've made this apartment into a pigsty.
I want to start throwing stuff out, but I don't know where to start.
Ever since you lost that fight 9 years ago, our lives have become a disaster.
I've asked you not to bring that up.
I can't help it. You won't work, you don't wash. I don't even know why I'm still with you. It's like you've given up.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't. Like I didn't know what I was talking about when I told you not to give that Bromeyer guy the $35,000 and you did it anyway. Or when I told you not to become a boxer and look where that got you.
Why are you always nagging me? Huh? So I made a bad investment. What could we have done with $35,000 anyway?
Maybe if you'd gotten a job, we could have afforded to move out of here. I don't have enough money babysitting, and with you on welfare, we're lucky we can even pay the rent.
There's no way I'm ever going back to working for somebody again. All right? I would rather live in a hole in the gutter than do garbage work with next to nothing.
Cool. Well, that's where we might wound up if you keep it up.
Let me talk to Gus, all right? Maybe he's got some ideas.
You've been saying that for 9 years. I'm gonna talk to Gus. Well, he's the one that caused all the problems in the first place, so I don't know what that'll do.
So don't talk disrespectfully about my uncle. Because of him, I was somebody, at least for a little while.
That was in the past and you blew it.
Blew it? Just shut up, all right? Shut up! I didn't blow anything. You hear me?
Okay, Steve. I'm sorry I said that. There's your food.
I'm not hungry.
Look, Steve, you know I still care about you. Okay?
Okay, what?
I'm just trying to talk to you and you never listen.
I know you care, and even got me involved with your church. But what good has that church been for me anyway, huh?
Well, it has taught you to put your faith in something higher and stronger than yourself.
I've tried doing that, but here we are again, arguing with you nagging me like I'm a little kid.
I just want what's best for you.
Okay, I believe you, but don't tell me what to do. I decide what's best for me, and if you don't like it, then...
There's knocking at the door.
Who is that?
Probably your uncle.
Cindy opens the door and Gus enters.
Hello, Cindy.
Yes. What brings you here?
Well, I thought I'd come by and check up on my favorite nephew.
Have a seat, Gus.
Gus sits.
So, what's the word?
Well, I haven't seen you in a while, so I wanted to know how you doing.
How come I don't see you by the gym anymore?
Well, because when I see you there doing nothing, it upsets me.
What do you mean, do it nothing? I help out. I give pointers to the boxers.
Come on. Who are you for? Ever since you lost that fight to McCoy, you've never been the same. It's like, I don't know, you lost your edge.
That's right, Gus, and now all he does is mock.
What do you want me to say? I had my shot and I missed it. After that, what could I do?
Well, you could have kept on boxing and got another shot.
No, that shot was a one-time deal and you know it. After that fight, I couldn't buy my way onto a card. And that newspaper guy, Douglas, who was plugging me in the press, she got fired, and nobody wanted to have anything to do with me, so it was time to leave.
Well, you can always return.
Doing what?
Well, I was thinking about Steve making a comeback.
Comeback?
Yeah, comeback. Why not? I mean, you're still young enough, and besides, you're not doing anything else.
I am going to this church.
Well, I mean, look, I don't want to comment on, your religious beliefs, But you've been going to that church for years now, and what, I don't know, what has it done for you?
Just a moment, Gus. That church has helped Steve out a lot, okay? When he's feeling down, he goes there and prays.
Okay, well that's what churches are there for. But does that put money in your pocket? Didn't you once tell me that you want what's yours? Well, I'm waiting for an answer.
Come on, Gus, stop it. Look where boxing got him in the first place.
It gave him a chance to be somebody. It's too bad it didn't work out, but in life, there are no guarantees.
Well, I guess it's up to you. I'm not going to stop it, but I'm telling you, I don't like it.
I know you don't. That's what makes dealing with this much harder for me.
By the way, how are things going with your buildings?
Oh, not too good. We're still making no money.
How do you know that?
Because Weiss tells me, he keeps me posted.
Well, maybe you ought to check out those buildings yourself.
Why should I? Weiss knows what he's doing.
Because, you know, the neighborhood is beginning to change and more people are beginning to move in, so maybe those buildings might be making money.
But hey, are you trying to start trouble between me and Weiss?
No. I'm just giving you some friendly advice, okay? In the meantime, I want you to start working out at the gym, again, so you can make your comeback.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. I got to do something.
Good, good. Now meet me at the gym tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we'll get started.
Okay, it's a deal.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Gus leaves.
I just hope you know what you're doing.
End of scene 7.